Local 3.
Ice cream.
Boom.
Sour Patch Kids bits.
Boom.
A slush.
Take a bite, and then we'll all harmonize.
Okay, ready?
Sonic Sour Patch Kids slush float. Sign me
I think
up.
we're a girl group now.
Sign me up.
If you feel like your family or a lot of your folks that you know have been sick this summer, it turns out you're not imagining things. Ed Jones and Cady Kuhlman are here from Nutrition World, and they say absolutely they have seen a spike, right, Ed? And customers coming in saying, I want my immune system strong because everybody I know is getting sick. Is
Absolutely.
that right?
You know, we have almost 300 people a day who come to Nutrition World because we're a wellness center, not just a health food store. And so we get to hear all these comments. And yes, many things from respiratory to gut stuff, but also to, we know the virus is escalating somewhat. So I always use the analogy, if someone challenged you to run a 6-mile race in about 3 months, what would you do? You wouldn't just use hope to prepare.
Right.
You would do something and take action and execute. And we know the tools that boost our immune system that make it extremely strong.
Right.
Strong immune systems can handle almost everything if they're strong and resilient. And that's where we're going to talk today about how can we do that. And the 3 reasons that people don't have a strong immune system: lack of sleep, and nutritional deficiencies, and they have way too much stress. And so we can talk about those 3 things.
It's not a new concept, though. I mean, Benjamin Franklin said 300 years ago, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, right?
Exactly.
So it's a matter of being regimented enough. It's a discipline, isn't it, Ed?
It has to be. You can't execute anything in life without discipline. And that is a skill that some people have more than other people. If you
Right.
don't have it, don't beat up on yourself, but know that you have to put something in place and that you have to take action on a regular basis. I've seen so many people who struggle with their health, and once they put a plan together with the right breakfast, I talk about this constantly. I use a breakfast drink because if you get too many carbs at breakfast, your immune system goes down for 4 hours. And you don't have energy and you have cravings. Ed's breakfast drink at nutritionw.com. You can read about what I drink every morning. It's very special, but very easy. Secondly, lack of sleep. You know, we don't have insomnia because we have an Ambien deficiency. We have lost what I call the rhythm of sleep. If you were thrown in a lake and you started thrashing about, compare that thrashing to actually swimming. And what we've done is we're thrashing at night. And I have an ebook that I wrote on nutritionw.com. You just type in sleep ebook, and actually you can come in the store and pick up one. We have them printed too, that helps you regain this rhythm of sleep. So those are vital components. And then lastly, of course, we're going to, Cady will be talking about the nutritional supplementation to turbocharge your immune system.
Right, because any success comes in the feasibility of doing it. If something
Yes.
is complicated, you might try it for a week and then say, I'm out, this is too tough. So Cady is a mom of 2 small children. She knows all about things that work well. So you've got this one simple kit that y'all have, right, Cady?
Exactly, yeah. I want to simplify things for people because I feel like we live in an overcomplicated, over-information society. So what this is our immune startup kit, and it contains 4 different single nutrients. So it contains vitamin C, contains vitamin D, and then quercetin. So most of us have heard of all of these, and I just want to say one small fact about each one. You know, vitamin C, antioxidant, boosts the immune system, very safe, low toxicity. It's a water-soluble vitamin, so it's hard to get too much, but it reduces the severity and the longevity of colds, and it has been proven study after study. Vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin. Why do we need to supplement with vitamin D? We are not in the sun like we used to be. Kids, actually, it's the saddest fact I've ever read, I think, is that kids are outside between 12 and 18 minutes a day now.
What?
That's horrible. Kids used to be outside majority of their time out at school. They'd come home and play at night. Most people in my grandparents' generation just were raised outside.
Yeah,
so,
and it was get outside and play.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, it was get outside, get your hands dirty and play. And so vitamin D now is necessary to come supplement wise, but I also think it's important to test your vitamin D levels. And we do that actually at our store on the last Friday of the month, and then every Tuesday through a clinic called Be Well Forever. You can actually get your labs drawn to know, are you taking enough vitamin D?
Okay.
But this is a great place to start right here.
Okay.
And then zinc. So zinc, studies have shown that it reduces cold severity by 3 days. That's pretty significant.
That
so
is
if you
very
think
significant.
a cold maybe is going to last you 5 to 7 days, if you're going to reduce it by 3 days, you've almost cut it in half or less. And then lastly, quercetin actually became very popular during this COVID phase that we've been in here of our life, and so it forces the zinc into the cells to stop viruses from replicating.
Okay, so kids are heading back to school, teachers are heading back to school. You mentioned stress. This can be for parents as they're getting ready to go back to school. These next several weeks especially are power punched with stress. If you've got the basics down, that's eliminating one level of it. You can't reduce it completely.
No, you can't. That is one level. And there's a great herb called ashwagandha. It is amazing to help lower cortisol, which is the stress hormone. So people who are, we should exercise, we should sleep better, we should do all this. We sometimes can't do it all. But ashwagandha is amazing to lower the stress hormone, just taking 2 pills a day, and extremely safe and backed with studies. We have a new physician at Nutrition World named Dr. Brian Johnson. He's Chattanooga's only triple board certified integrative physician, and he's on staff now, and he sees people Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I talked to him yesterday, and I love his perspective of all his career of studying nutrition. I mean, we're growing in this belief system that these things are powerful remedies for the human system.
I think that everybody has their own perspective and bent that they'll bring to it. I'm a list maker in my life, and I make my list every day, and it's habitual, and the same things always started off. Even if it's something as simple as water my porch plants, which I'm going to do anyway, I can mark it off. There's a sense of control that brings you. So if you're taking these steps, you can't know what the world's going to throw at you, but at least you can know that you're doing your part to take that preventative step.
I love that, because empowering ourselves internally means you are going to become less of a victim. What's happened to many people is they're just hoping that things get fixed and somebody's going to fix me. That's victimization. And when you're a victim, you look for a rescuer. When you do that, you're kind of doomed. You really are, because we have the power. We have a natural pharmacy within us. I've seen it for 43 years that is beyond belief, and we need to access it. And the sad thing is, most traditional trained medical people don't have any training. Not their fault. It's because that's just the way the system works.
And if you have kids and you're watching, please send them outside. Let them have the garden hose and go make a mud puddle or something. Get them out and let them be kids in the old-fashioned way.
Thank you.
They will love it. Okay, Ed mentioned his ebook. If you go to nutritionw.com, he always has things on the website that you can access, but the pamphlet that he showed you is also available for you there at Nutrition World. And I think in days of old, we'll talk about that, it used to be that when y'all were here, if people came in the store, your staff had whatever products you had talked about kind of up front to direct people. Is that still the case?
Still the case, and that kit's only $29. I wanted to make sure I mentioned that.
Okay, nutritionw.com, they're addressed there on Lee Highway, and it is a wellness center, not just a vitamin store.
Thank you, Julie, as always.
Thank you, Ed.
Zaxby's Chicken Finger Plate comes with 12 dippable,